I know, we're so excited.
Please don't cry.
That was really sweet. Okay, so this is where we're going to refresh the page if you want to get back on your phone, and that's what I'm doing right now.
Okay.
Waiting for it to populate so I can... There we go. And it'll look like this when it says it's live, and then you're going to scroll down. Go back to Wilson County News. Probably go to search.
Yeah.
Your search is the easiest.
Right here.
Oh.
Right?
And then hit Wilson County News up top. There you go. And now you're going to see it's live, so we're going to scroll down and find our post. How was y'all's drive here?
It was beautiful.
That was great.
Good.
So this
Oh,
is
yeah.
where
Here we go.
Yeah. So I've got mine pulled up. I've clicked on it, and then I'm going to give it a like.
right here.
Yeah. And yeah, you can actually go ahead and click on it, so you're like in the video. You're watching. See live video. Okay, hit see live video.
Okay.
Right there.
Hit there.
Mm-hmm. There you go. And then you're just going to take your volume down.
Probably go to search in
Good.
the video.
All right, guys.
Volume all the way down, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Amazing.
And then if you wanted to share this to your page right now, you see where the comment is? There's the little arrow, and you can
Yeah.
hit that, and you don't have to put any... You can go back and say something later if you want. Just hit share now, and that will be
Okay.
in your feed. So we do all those things, and we are live, though. All right, well, welcome back to another WCN Live here at the Wilson County News. My name is Kristen Weaver, Director of Operations, and today my guests are...
Sunny Markham of Countryside Memorial Park. We're a natural burial park right
Wonderful.
outside of San Antonio in Vernia.
Great. And
Genaro Reyes with Compassion Funeral Home.
so nice to have you both today. This is a conversation that I think this video will go far and wide as to learn about the beautiful services that you provide to families now in this area. Something that we all, anyway, can really learn about. Let me thank our sponsor and welcome back. We are sponsored by Professionals in Dentistry, the top-rated dentist in China Grove, San Antonio, where you can smile brighter at Professionals in Dentistry. Thank you so much for your sponsorship of WCN Live. We appreciate you. They are tagged in the description of this video, as is Countryside Memorial Park, so you can learn more about them as well. Great. Okay, so next what we have on our agenda is to draw a winner. So let me explain. So while we're live, we ask that you post a comment and tell us good morning. Good morning, Sherry. Glad to have you again. You can say good morning, say hi, thumbs up, or ask a question about our guests here today as we go on in our conversation. Your live comment will then enter you into next week's drawing. Next week's drawing is the winner will actually, can you explain this for me, Sunny? This is really cool, so take a listen.
Yeah. We couldn't really give away a free burial because that free burial might happen like 40 years, 100 years from now,
Yeah.
or it could happen next week. Who knows? But we decided to play it on the easy side. At Countryside, we're really into rescuing animals that need us. Now, we do have a pond there, and we rescue turtles, the little turtles that you see on the side of the road that you know are going to get hit, right? So we stop our truck and we get it.
Mm-hmm.
And when we get it, we put it in our little pond.
Mm-hmm.
And
Sweet.
of course, we have to name it, right? So, but we do have a number of turtles that need names.
Oh, sweet.
So,
I love turtles.
Whoever gets whatever we're giving away
That's
today,
right.
we're going to let them name one of our turtles after their favorite grandchild, or they can name it anything they want to.
Mm-hmm. Cool.
So,
well, that is
yeah.
the most interesting prize
Turtle
we have
naming.
ever had. So y'all get to post in
Sure.
on this today and share this video far and wide. All right. Yeah, it is interesting. I agree, Elaine. Thank you for commenting. Okay, so without further ado, we need to draw a winner from last week's conversation. Sunny, if you could draw a winner. They are winning a $25 gift certificate to Brewski's Market. Brewski's Meat Market in Atkins. What a win.
Sherry Mantell.
is Sherry Manti.
Sherry
And it
Montai.
probably misspelled
She's
it
on
when
too.
I typed it out.
I'm
But
sure you
yes,
spelled it
Sherry.
right.
So congratulations, you win, are our winner
Sherry.
today. And we will, if you didn't notice that in the conversation, I will be sending you a message through Facebook Messenger shortly. So great. Well, let's get started here. And again, let's have some introductions. Each of you, tell us a little about yourselves, how long you've been in the area, that sort of thing. Go ahead.
I am Sunny Markham, and I have, I guess, been in the area like forever. My daughter's father bought the property in Vernia in 1965. So,
Yeah,
but
and that has a
I was
special
really
history.
young
We're
then.
gonna-
Yeah, the
Mhm.
property has an
Yeah.
amazing history.
Can't wait
But
to hear
yeah,
that.
I personally
Mhm.
have been, I took the cemetery into my heart and into
Oh.
my mind and my
Yeah.
daily practice
Yeah.
in 2017
Wow.
when my daughter inherited it from
Mhm.
her father.
Wow.
So I built a little duplex
Mhm.
on Cemetery Lane in
Mhm.
Lavernia,
Okay.
and right down from my duplex is the cemetery. I'm
Okay.
there like all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Keeping
And
it
I
going.
serve families there. I
Wonderful.
meet them when they want to just see the cemetery, or maybe they want to purchase a plot, or maybe they just want to have some education about what natural burial is.
Mhm.
That's what I do, and I come from a long history of music. I've got
okay.
I'm a singer. I have
Oh,
a very strong
fascinating.
music background.
Mhm.
So, and my
Good.
daughter is also a singer. She's very well known as a singer.
Mhm.
Her name is Christabel, and she's also a known actress as well. And she's fixing to go out on tour in September.
Cool.
So
Right
yeah,
around the
we're
corner.
both really music centric and art centric.
Nice.
I am also a carver. I'm an artisan, so I
Neat.
carve the stones for people. They're flat.
Oh, wow.
They're flat stones.
Okay.
Yeah, and people get to be totally involved with the carving of their stone.
Fascinating. What about you, Hanara?
Oh yes, Genaro Reyes, Compassion Funeral Home, been licensed as a director for about 23 years
Mhm.
now. Worked in Texas all this time
Mhm.
with different corporation, family owned, just kind of around the San Antonio, Austin, and Corpus Christi area. So just kind of gained different experience from the conventional type of burials, cremations, and now since 2019 the natural burials.
Very nice. Very nice. And where did you come from today to get here? From San Antonio?
San Antonio,
Yeah, you were in
yes,
San Antonio?
yes,
Well, that is a pretty broad base that you have to cover a lot of
yes,
Texas.
Yes, it
for
sure
this
is. It
purpose.
sure is.
Mhm.
Yes. Luckily, our license covers the whole state of Texas, so
Yeah.
we can definitely operate throughout our state lines. Sure.
That's nice. That's good to know. Well, you kind of answered the question, I think, unless there's anything you left out about Sunny, how and when you started Countryside Memorial Park. Is there more to that you would like to share?
Well, her father, when
Mhm.
he bought the property in 1965, he was just walking along, and and it was very dense, and he stubbed his toe on some old tombstones. It's like he didn't even know they were there. It was
Wow.
just overgrown.
Mm-hmm.
And a few years later, Shirley Grammer,
We know Shirley. Uh-huh.
an historian, had the cemetery. She had the cemetery recognized and dedicated,
Mm-hmm.
and it was Bell Cemetery, and there's an entire dossier on that Bell Cemetery in the historical, I guess, museum in Flores.
Okay.
I saw it. It's
yeah.
a really thick dossier
Okay.
that Shirley put together, and so we've also got a marker. So because
Nice,
of Bell
okay.
Cemetery, and he owned that property,
Mhm.
he was able to dedicate and incorporate Countryside Memorial Park, and Bell Cemetery is at the
Yeah.
heart of Countryside Memorial Park.
Wow.
So he was actually our first conscious green burial. And my daughter had the joy of, when he died, she had the joy of going out to, at the time it was Joann's Fabric, and selecting a beautiful piece of fabric that was made into a quilt and wrapped him in it. It's like she didn't have to sit there at a funeral home and select a casket. You know, she was able to just wrap him in a beautiful shroud of her choosing. And then he was also buried in a biodegradable container, which we were able to decorate. So that was everything. He was our first conscious experience of natural burial. And later that month, we had a home funeral for our dear friend who was only 40.
Wow.
And a home funeral is where the families can wash their loved ones and they can prepare them for burial. And so the home funeral, that's a whole other thing that we can talk about as another time, but it is the most amazing experience you can ever have, is preparing your loved ones. And we had an actual funeral directors actually guide us through, but
How nice.
it was really something. And Hinaro
Right.
can guide you through.
Yeah. Well, with that,
home
then,
funeral.
please explain what is green burial.
Green burial is a body is returned to earth. In our case, the graves are 3 feet deep, because that's where all the microbiome is. That's where it's all happening. That's where the soil is alive. 6 feet under, the soil is dead.
Oh, wow.
But at 3 feet, the soil is alive, and you know, the worms crawl in, the worms crawl out. That means that you're going with the earth,
Right.
and as the body returns to earth, the nutrients move up towards the earth, and the trees are fed, the grass is fed, birds fly, they land in a tree, they nest in a tree.
Yeah.
It just your death perpetuates
More
life.
Mhm.
And you think,
Beautiful.
yeah, but the truth is there's death all around us in in the soil, and it's why there's life. As we're walking, we don't know what's died there, but we know that soil has nutrients from centuries of death.
Of
You
the
know,
whole cycle.
oh yeah,
Right.
it's a cycle
And
of
that-
life.
and that
I
just
call
doesn't.
it the ultimate recycling.
It's the ultimate recycling. So a natural burial, it's family directed, and there is no embalming, there is no metal, there is no concrete, there is no hardwood. Everything is biodegradable and returns to earth. And there is no upright monument at our cemetery. There is a beautiful natural stone on a natural stone pedestal that the family is totally involved in the design of, and I'm the carver for that. And that is my art.
Okay.
For the cemetery. So natural burial is just what it says.
Wow.
It's natural burial, and it's also known as green burial.
Right.
So
Green
those
burial.
terms,
Okay.
yeah, and there's so much more to that, but I think that's just a little
Yeah,
teaspoon.
exactly. Now, can you give me an idea of where this is? I'm familiar with Vernia, so give me some, I guess, roads or something.
Right.
How would I?
If you know where the HEB is on 1346,
Okay.
and it's really close to that.
Okay.
It's on 1346. We've got a nice sign. It says Countryside Memorial Park.
Okay. About
Yeah.
how far down 1346?
Maybe about 3 miles.
Okay.
It's in between Vernia and St. Hedwig
Okay.
on
Yeah,
1346.
That is in the direction of St. Edward.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Good.
We got a nice long cemetery lane, and
Beautiful.
I live right next to it.
Mm-hmm. And you look out and you see life.
Yes, and we own the 83 acres around the acre and a half for the of these cemeteries. So
Oh, wow.
eventually we can do anything we want with that land. So
That's
yeah.
amazing.
people are loving natural burials right now. We have
Right.
the capacity for 813 burials.
Okay.
Out of that, we have actually had 92 burials, natural burials,
Mhm.
and we've had 105 pre-purchased plots. So people are
Okay.
saying, hey, I want to be here,
Right.
but I want to make sure I can
Mhm.
be here.
Sure. So
And
that's
so,
important
yeah,
to
the
speak to
ceme-
you and
the
get some
cemetery
planning going.
is owned by, well, it's incorporated, but it's owned by
Mhm.
my daughter and myself.
Mhm.
And everybody says, well, what happens if something happens to y'all? Like, what
Yeah.
happens at this cemetery? Well, Hinaro's gonna just take over, so
Mhm.
it'll, we've thought
You've
of
thought of those things.
all of that.
Mhm.
Yeah, yeah.
Wow.
So because the people that have already purchased their plots, they might not die
Mhm.
for, another 50
time,
years, who
yeah.
knows? But yeah, the cemetery will absolutely go
Mhm.
on as a cemetery because there's an historic cemetery
Mhm.
there. And those
Yeah.
graves are over
Yeah.
100 years old. They're
Yeah, the Bell Cemetery. Wow.
the most recent
neat.
grave in our historic cemetery
Mhm.
is from 1854.
Wow.
That was the first grave there, yeah.
Okay. All right. So, what is involved? So, we talked about the history dating back to the Civil War and how you obtained the land. Very special story there. And also, I love that your website really gives full detail and you can really learn a lot about the process. So, I would definitely recommend your website to people.
Yes.
And also reaching out to you because that's the important thing is to talk to you and make those plans and how you're able to connect these families and help the families like you've been doing
Yeah,
in this process.
And Hinaro and I,
Mm-hmm.
we also give educational talks. Like
Mhm.
we can come to someone's community or someone's church group,
Yeah.
and we can explain what
Oh.
natural burial is. In fact, we're doing
Yeah.
that coming up.
Yeah,
We've
this
done
is
that several
great.
times because
Mm-hmm.
people need to know what natural burial is, and the more
Right.
people that know, the
Yeah.
more people want it.
Know that there's an option.
Oh yeah,
Right, for how things are,
yeah.
there's an alternative.
I
To
just
it.
kind of say that, as Sonny mentioned, people want to know. It's like we already know. Like we already know this. We're taught different
Mhm.
by society. So this natural way is definitely the way that we know internally. It feels good. It's the right thing to do for ourselves,
Mhm.
for Mother Earth. So yeah,
To truly return to the earth,
Correct.
like is said. Mm-hmm.
that's why it resonates and it feels good with a lot of
Mhm.
people once they
Yeah.
remember.
Mm-hmm.
We've had we've buried a rocket scientist from NASA, and you think those brilliant people would know
Mhm.
everything, right?
Mm-hmm.
But when she passed, her NASA community were calling me. They're going, what's a natural burial? But really, she was their natural leader and their group.
Uh-huh.
So her death, and she was in her 40s.
Oh wow.
But even in her death, she was leading people.
Mhm.
And so they came in their beautiful NASA outfits and their rocket scientist cars, or
Mhm.
they were just not used to being in the country at all.
Yeah.
So, but they came, and we had pre-coached them into how to have a natural burial. And natural burial is very family-centric.
Mm-hmm.
People, the services are done by the people, and the decorations are done by the people with flowers that they can get at HEB or any market. But they bring lots of flowers, and they hold their flowers
Mm-hmm.
during the service, and they're pouring all of their heart into
Mhm.
the flower that they're holding, and then they lay the flower on the person or on the grave, or
Yeah.
it's everything is a ritual. And at the end, we have 3 golden shovels, and people just love putting a few spades full of
Mhm.
earth on their loved ones,
Mhm.
because it's the last thing that they can do
Mhm.
for their loved one that the loved one can't repay.
Right.
But it just feels so good, and so we fill up, if they want us to, we fill up a
Mhm.
spade, and
Mhm.
we hand it to them, and they stand in line to
Mhm.
take the golden shovel full of soil, and they just put it on top of their
Mhm.
loved one.
Nice.
And it's a ritual.
yeah.
It's a completion.
So, walk us through the process, like when a family reaches out to you, pre-planning stage is ideal, but you can also help people when they've already started another process. Let's talk
Yes.
about that a little bit.
Yeah. Say a person just wants to find out about natural burial, they can do that.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll educate them on that. And I'll say, if you want to find out, because you can't have a burial without a preparation of the body. Like, someone's got to, like, pick up the, and families can do that, but
Okay.
there's a whole other thing, and I can educate them on that. But,
Right.
I mean, they've got to have transport permits,
Right.
or if they're like newbies to
Mhm.
that, then I would connect them with Hinaro.
Yes.
So a person, they can just get educated by me, a personal conversation with me at the cemetery, and they can call Hinaro and
Mhm.
have a personal conversation with him. He's ready to answer anything that someone's able to ask. If someone wants to purchase a plot, they can come out to the cemetery and they can actually select their plot.
Okay.
And that's really significant for
Uh-huh.
someone, because at first they go, well, I don't care where I'm going to be buried, just put me
Yeah.
out anywhere.
Yeah.
And I'm going, well, okay, if you don't know where you want to be buried, I recommend that you
Mhm.
just walk around
Yeah.
in a meditation, and
Yeah.
believe me, that ground is going to reach up and say, hey, right here now. So they do it. And
Wow.
I have a map. I've got,
Mhm.
all the burials document. I know where all the
Yeah.
I know where everything
Yeah.
is. And so, yeah, they pick their plot, they purchase it.
Mhm.
And I will recommend to them, look, call Hinaro, because you're gonna wanna be ready.
Right.
So Hinaro, at his funeral home, Compassion Funeral Home, he can make pre-arrangements for
Mhm.
them.
Good.
Like, when they buy a plot, they gotta buy a plot.
Yeah.
I don't do any payment plans.
Mhm.
But that other part, they can do the
Yeah.
pre-arrangements
Okay.
with him.
Great.
Yes,
So-
we can do the
Yeah.
pre-arranged natural burial.
Yeah.
We can pre-arrange for the opening and closing as well at the cemetery.
Okay.
And you can make payments on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
So for a natural burial, you have essentially 4 components. You have the plot. You have the stone, which you must purchase
Mhm.
if you're going to buy a plot.
Okay.
And you have the death care, which
Mhm.
is Hinaro, or you
Okay.
can use your own funeral. You can use another funeral home if you like.
Okay.
A lot of them have no idea what a true natural burial is. I'm happy to
Work with that funeral
I'm
home.
happy to work with that
Mhm.
funeral home, so then
Okay.
they know.
Right.
And I've had the funeral directors from more conventional funeral homes, when they come out to our cemetery, they look around and they say, "Oh, we want to be here,"
Mhm.
because
Oh,
it's
wow.
just what they do. So
Yeah.
so you have the plot, you have the stone, you have the death care, and you also have the opening and closing of the grave.
The service
And
part.
so in our circle, we can do all of that.
Yeah.
And that
Nice.
is our mission.
Mhm.
That's our mission.
Amazing. So, with your funeral home, what is your? I'm curious, because you have a big span of service area. What is your staff like? How many do you have on staff, and how does that look? And you have a location in San Antonio?
Correct, yes, our location is in San Antonio.
Mhm.
The licensed funeral home is on 281 South. We do work in a big chapel, more south central,
Okay.
but we can definitely have services anywhere
Mhm.
at any facility or church that allows us in to do it,
Mhm.
your own church or
Mhm.
center.
Okay.
But the natural burials just it's just a different mentality.
Yeah.
It has nothing to do with the building, it has nothing to do with the location per se. It has everything to do with the process and the treatment of the body itself,
Mhm.
and then the transportation to countryside, which is essentially where the recycling is gonna happen. So I just don't emphasize too much on the location
Mm-hmm.
per se. It's just gonna be the individual that's handling the loved
Yeah.
one, and then definitely where they're gonna be resting.
Right.
And so we're with them every step of the way.
Mm-hmm.
Genaro brings the body,
Mhm.
and we've already got everything set up,
Yeah.
and a family, they can actually take the body from his funeral coach,
Mm-hmm.
or we'll
Yeah.
any way they envision,
Right.
and we've helped them plan. I
Right.
mean, by the time they're ready for their burial, we've already like guided them through the entire scenario
Mhm.
that they have selected themselves.
Yeah.
It's like a wedding planner. Sometimes they
Yeah.
just do it for you, or
Yeah.
the people have a really strong
Mhm.
idea,
Right.
and so the wedding planner works with them. Either that, or like a wedding planner just, I don't know, I
Just
haven't
takes
been
care of
married
it.
in a long time, but so, but if you're gonna have a baby,
Yeah.
or get married, I mean, you wanna really plan for those, people
Mhm.
really plan for those
Yeah.
things, but sometimes when a death occurs, people aren't thinking about what are we gonna,
Yeah,
and
they're not
so
ready.
if someone is dying in the hospital,
Mm-hmm.
everybody's praying that they'll survive somehow. That's just a scenario, and suddenly the person, when they're ready to go, it's really their time, but suddenly there's a body, they've got a body there, and they're going,
And there starts a
oh
whole
my
nother
God,
process.
what
Mhm.
do we do now? We
Mhm.
haven't planned for this at all.
Right.
So they immediately reach for the phone, and they just, oh, I'm gonna call this. They're not in a mood to shop,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I mean, so the best time is to educate yourself, and we're here to
Mhm.
educate you. And then if you're ready to pre-plan,
Mhm.
so that all your family has to do is pick up the phone. They've looked at your notes. They know everything is taken care of,
Mhm.
and they're not having the burden of, number one, paying for it, and they're not having the burden of trying
Mhm.
to figure out what mama would do. I mean,
Mhm.
someone might say, well, mama wanted cremation,
Mhm.
and someone else will say, no, she wanted burial. And
Mhm.
so at that time, that's when families can just fall
Yeah.
apart. If it's done what mama says and
Mhm.
what she has pre-planned,
Yeah.
then no
There's
contest.
no question. Yeah,
No question.
absolutely,
There's a
that would be
question of-
peaceful. Mm-hmm.
How many
Yeah.
plots are
Oh,
available,
okay.
Sunny, still?
Okay, so we've got the potential for 815 plots, and 410 burials for cremated remains, and it's like cremated remain plots.
Oh, okay.
Out of that, we have already 91 natural burials
Mhm.
and 109 pre-purchased
Mhm.
plots.
Yep.
That's, so I don't know, you might want to do the math on that. People are purchasing full-size plots
Mhm.
or companion plots. They can
Mhm.
choose one by a tree.
Mhm.
We've got some gorgeous young oak trees,
Mhm.
and those young live oaks, they're just stunning.
Mhm.
And we've got an older oak grove as well. But if someone wanted to purchase a full-size plot, but they're saying, well, but I want to bury cremated remains in that
Mhm.
plot, I say, okay, those you can put 2 cremated remains in that
Mhm.
full-size plot. Each one of them will have its
Mhm.
own stone
Nice.
and be buried in a biodegradable urn.
Okay.
And people say, well, where do I get one? You can go online to
Mhm.
get one.
Okay.
You can spend $20 for a gorgeous biodegradable
Mhm.
urn.
Mhm.
It's like, but the crematories, they show you, $300 urns.
Mhm.
And it's like
Yeah.
so if you already have cremated remains,
Mhm.
then I would guide you to, where to get a
Biodegradable.
container
Mhm.
that's biodegradable,
Right.
or you can sprinkle, or anyway, we always cross bridges when we come to
Yeah.
it.
Sounds like
But
it.
so yeah, someone can,
Mhm.
or they can be buried. They can, okay. So someone says, okay, I've got my wife's cremated remains, and I'm holding on to them,
Mhm.
and I want her cremated remains buried when I die. So that can happen too. Someone says, well, I have all these pets and I can you bury their ashes with me when I die? Well, yes, we love animals. We totally connect with animals. Yeah. We are going to be opening a pet cemetery that's dedicated to pets. But right now, if you've got cremated remains of your pets and you want them to go into earth,
Right.
then
You can make that
that
happen.
can happen. Oh, yes.
Wow. That's great. Well, okay. We talked about pretty much really like what services you offer at Countryside Memorial Park. It is very customized. It's very, like you said, family oriented. You walk with these families.
Yes.
Family directed. All right. So then maybe just reiterate again, we've probably talked about this, and if you have anything to offer as well, let's walk them back through this. If someone's interested in green burial, where should they start and what should they put in place?
Countryside Memorial Park. And then, I mean, if you kind of like what you're sensing there, drive out there, see, come visit us on your own, or text me and say, hey, Sonny, can you meet me out there? Because I really want to learn more from the horse's mouth, and I'll spend the time answering their questions.
Right.
Because the funeral industry, that's not a part of the conventional funeral industry. You can't just go in and say, well, now tell me. Because if you really knew, you would say, I don't think we want that. Or you might say, yeah, that's what I want because that's what someone else had. I do want to call people's attention to this. We got a full-page ad, and it was designed by the staff at Wilson County News, and it's out. It came out yesterday.
That's right. It's in this week's paper.
Yeah, so y'all get that.
Tells the full story. Really gives you
it's beautifully written. Yeah,
good view into what you do, and also the name of your website is
CountrysideMemorialPark.com.
Yep.
And if you text, you're going to find my number on there, on that website, and it's also right here in the Wilson County News.
All the contact
But
info.
text me with your mailing address,
Okay.
and I will send you our brochure.
Nice.
And we designed this brochure to be like a self-mailer, but there's an insert in this brochure, and it has Countryside Memorial Parks. Our prices.
Okay.
Our prices are here, and
Yeah.
Compassion Funeral Home,
That's
Inaro's prices are on
nice.
the other side. So you get an insert with all the prices.
That's great.
Yeah, and these are current prices. These aren't,
Right.
who knows when they're happening, but
So we start with the
we
end.
send this to you. And so, just text me your mailing address and say, please send me a brochure, and I would love to send you the brochure.
Great. And when can you come by to? Probably best to reach out to you to see when is a good time to come and look.
The cemetery is on the ranch, and the ranch gate on Cemetery Lane is open from 9 to 5. So you can go right in there and visit the cemetery
Wonderful.
any day from 9 to 5.
Okay.
If you want to meet with me, call me and make an appointment, and I'll meet you out
Wonderful.
there and teach you.
Wonderful. Good. All right. Well, we're kind of nearing what feels like kind of the end of our conversation. Is there any last words, anything left out that you'd like to reiterate or share with our listeners today?
I would say that keep an open mind. Don't think, well, we're Catholic, and we don't think that we don't think that we can. No, the priests, they come out. They love being out there.
Wonderful.
If someone wants to bring their own music, they can do it. We've got our cemetery services company. They can set up a beautiful tent with chair. I mean, we can do it any way a family wants to
It's
do
beautiful.
it. Yeah.
Our last burial
Uh-huh.
was a church service. So,
Really?
yes, took care of the loved one, put him in a pine box,
Mm-hmm.
and transported him to church. We had a service, and then we had a procession to the cemetery, and we had a natural burial for him. So it
Beautiful.
is also available.
And viewings are also possible.
Possible,
Mhm.
yes.
Yeah.
Short
Yeah.
films. So, okay. Well, it's been fascinating. Y'all share this video with your loved ones. I think it's good information to know about the alternatives that we have and the wonderful service that you're providing families.
Thank you.
It's been a real joy to learn about this today. Thank you both for being here. Really appreciate that. Really appreciate
You're
it.
welcome. Thanks
Mhm.
for having us.
Yeah, it was our joy.
Yeah,
Thank you.
thank
We're
you.
always up for teaching.
That's wonderful.
Yes.
Yeah. Remember, you can invite them in to talk with your organization, with your church group, and learn more about the
Yeah.
processes and what's possible at Countryside Memorial Park. Well, very good, very good. Thank you all for joining us. Appreciate the comments and the good mornings and the questions. Thank you, Sharon, for asking that again. And yes, Helen, it does remind you of the alternative, what used to be done back in the day before this time, right? We were having a little pre-conversation about that. We could go on and on, right?
Yeah.
But thank you so much, and we want to thank our sponsor, Professionals in Dentistry, the top-rated dentist in China Grove, San Antonio, where you can smile brighter at Professionals in Dentistry. Remember, they're tagged in the description of this video, as well as Countryside Memorial Park. Thanks again, and join us again next Wednesday. We'll be here live for the next conversation. We'll see you then. Bye.
Thank you. Well done, Kristen.
Thank you.